Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Wednesday, June 1st, 2016.
Commissioner Rodriguez, James Repenning, Centaur present.
Working on the sound system, obviously.
Let's try that again. Commissioner Rodriguez, James Repenning, and a Centaur present. President James, we have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Jeff Costa, Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Michael Simpson, Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, Ken Redd, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Chris Smith, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment, nor any of the regular items.
Okay, then we'll go ahead and close general public comment. Our first item of business, the approval of the meeting minutes from the meeting of Wednesday, May 11th, 2016. Is there a second to my motion that we approve those meeting minutes? Second. By Commissioner Rodriguez. Any objection? Without objection, we'll approve those meeting minutes. No cards on general public comment. Let's go ahead and close general public comment if I didn't do that a moment ago. Assessment, let's go through the assessment hearings since we have a number of them that match up. Agenda items 2 through 8, assessment hearings in Council Districts 1, 6, 9, 3, 5, 14, 15, and that's it. Mr. Flamenco on agenda items 2 through 8.
Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting. Items 2, 6, 7, and 8 pertain to lighting districts which we are creating in conjunction with private development projects. Item 3 pertains to a lighting district which we are creating in conjunction with a community development block grant project. Items 4 and 5 pertain to lighting districts which we are creating in conjunction with city-initiated street improvement projects. Ballots for items 2 to 8 were mailed on April 21st, 2016. Ballots must be received by the City Clerk's office by next Wednesday, June 8th. We have not received any objections to date on items 2 to 8. We are requesting for the Board to adopt and forward items 2 to 8 forthwith to City Council.
Any questions regarding 2 through 8? Commissioner Rodriguez has made a motion to approve, seconded by Commissioner Jacinto. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda items 2 through 8. Let's go to agenda item number 1. Well, we have one more administrative item. Let's get that taken care of. Agenda item number 17. The mayor has approved and returned for further processing and authorizes the board to execute a proposed memorandum of agreement between the city and the Los Angeles Gateway Region Integrated Regional Water Management Joint Powers Authority for cost sharing for the installation of the monitoring equipment and monitoring activities pursuant to the Harbor Toxic Pollutants Total Maximum Daily Load. This is just being returned for signature. Is there a second to my motion that we adopt agenda item 17 forthwith? By Commissioner Rodriguez. Any objection? Without objection, we will do so. Agenda item number 1, we have a number of items for the receipt of bids, various public works projects. Looks like we have 5 of them. Mr. Campos, we'll start with you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. The bids to be received today, we have 5 in total. The first bid to be received is for the Venice Dual Force Main and Venice Pumping Plant Generator Replacement Project, PP646, in Council District 11. The city has estimated this project to be at $75,401,024 even. The first bid received for the first project is from James W. Fowler Company, Fowler, for a total bid amount of $91,448,100 even, 91448,100 from James W. Fowler Company. The second bid received for the first project is from Super Excavators Incorporated for a total bid amount of $116,360,650 even. That's $116,360 650 from Super Excavators Incorporated. The third bid received for the first project is from W.A. Rasick Construction Company Incorporated. That's W.A. Rasick, R-A-S-I-C, Construction Company Incorporated, for a total bid amount of $106,753,320. That is $106,753,320. The bid is from W.A. Rasick Construction Company Incorporated. For the record, line item 24 has been lined out by the contractor. A bid has been initialed. The fourth and final bid received for the first project is from Vadnais Trenchless Services Incorporated. Let me spell that. That's V for Victor, A D for David, N for Nancy, AIS, Trenchless Services Incorporated, for a total bid amount of $88,593,730 even. That's $88,593,730 from Vadnais Trenchless Services Incorporated. President James, that concludes the bid opening for the first project. The second project that we will be opening bids for is for the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant Blower Air Cleanup System, CIP number 6171 in Council District 6. City has estimated the project to be at $4,139,000 even. The first bid for the second project is from Green Building Corporation for a total bid amount of $5,489,000 even. That's $5,489,000 from Green Building Corporation. The second bid received for the second project is from PPC Construction Incorporated for a total bid amount of $6,492,395 even. That is $6,492,395 from PPC Construction Incorporated. The third bid received for the second project is from J.F. Shea Construction Incorporated for a total bid amount of $6,556,960 even. That is $6,556,960 from J.F. Shea Construction Incorporated. The fourth and final bid received for the second project is from Kiewit Infrastructure West Company for a total bid amount of $5,939,000 even. That is $5,939,000 from Kiewit Infrastructure West Company. President James, that concludes the bid openings for the second project. The third project we will be opening up bids for is for the Hamilton Avenue widening Patton Avenue to Barber Street project. This is in Council District number 15. The city has estimated this project to be at $1,051,000 even. The first bid for the third project is from Griffith Company for a total bid amount of $979,300. That's $979,300 from Griffith Company. The second bid received for the third project is from PALP Incorporated, doing business as Excel Paving Company, for a total bid amount of $811,983 even. That's $811,983 from PALP Incorporated, doing business as Excel Paving Company. For the record, line item 23 has been lined out by the contractor but has been initialed. The third bid for the third project is from PPC Construction Incorporated for a total bid amount of $1,092,459 even. That's $1,092,459 from PPC Construction Incorporated. The fourth bid for the third project is from Powell Constructors Incorporated. That's Powell Constructors Incorporated, for a total bid amount of $1,058,532. That is $1,058,532 from Powell Constructors Incorporated. The fifth bid for the third project is from All American Asphalt for a total bid amount of $899,785.75. That is $899,785.75 from All American Asphalt. For the record, line item 33 has been initialed by the contractor, lined out and initialed by the contractor. The sixth and final bid received for the third project is from Alameda Construction Services Incorporated for a total bid amount of $961,595 even. That's $961,595 from Alameda Construction Services Incorporated. President James, that concludes the bid openings for the third project. The fourth project we will be opening up bids for is for the Van Nuys Sherman Oaks series to multiple high voltage conversion, fiscal year 2015-2016. This is in Council Districts 2, 4, 6. The city has estimated the project to be at $1,536,700 even. The first bid received for the fourth project is from Select Electric Incorporated for a total bid amount of $1,609,264 even. That's $1,609,264 from Select Electric Incorporated. For the record, line item 2 has been stricken out but initialed by the contractor. The second bid received for the fourth project is from R&H Industries, doing business as Best Electric, for a total bid amount of $1,542,080.90. That is $1,542,080.90 from R&H Industries, doing business as Best Electric. The third bid received for the fourth project is from KDC Incorporated, doing business as Dynalectric, for a total bid amount of $1,671,446 even. That's $1,671,446 from KDC Incorporated, doing business as Dynalectric. The fourth and final bid received for the fourth project is from Ferreira Construction Company Incorporated, doing business as Ferreira Coastal Construction Company, for a total bid amount of $1,750,810 even. That's $1,750,810 from Ferreira Coastal Construction Company. President James, that concludes the bid openings for the fourth project. The fifth and final project we will open up bids for is for the Pacoima-Sylmar series to multiple high voltage conversion, fiscal year 2015-2016. This is in Council District Number 7. The city has estimated the bid to be, or this project to be at $917,700 even. The first bid received for the fifth project is from My Electrician Incorporated. For a total bid amount of $1,313,877. That's $1,313,877 from My Electrician Incorporated. The second bid received for the fifth project is from VT Electric Incorporated. That's Victor Tom Electric Incorporated. For a total bid amount of $1,161,986 even. That's $1,161,986 from VT Electric Incorporated. For the record, line item 21 has been lined out but has not been initialed by the contractor. The third bid received for the fifth project is from Select Electric Incorporated for a total bid amount of $951,184. That's $951,184 from Select Electric Incorporated. The fourth bid received for the fifth project is from Ferreira Construction Company Incorporated for a total bid amount of $1,142,121 even. That's $1,142,121 from Ferreira Construction Company Incorporated. For the record, line item 24 has been stricken out by the contractor and initialed. The fifth bid received for the fifth project is from KDC Incorporated, doing business as Dynalectric, for a total bid amount of $1,035,975 even. That's $1,035,975 from KDC Incorporated, doing business as Dynalectric. The fifth and final bid received for the fifth project is from R&H Industries, doing business as Best Electric, for a total bid amount of $978,799.10. That's $978,799.10 from R&H Industries, doing business as Best Electric. President James, that concludes the bid openings for the fifth project and concludes the bid openings for today's agenda as well.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Campos. Is there a second to my motion that we receive the bids by Commissioner Rodriguez? Any objection? Any problem doing so forthwith? We will do so forthwith. Let's take agenda item number 10, Office of Community Beautification, recommending that the board, for Council District 7, recommending that the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to execute a contract amendment with the Hollywood Beautification Team to provide supplemental community beautification services, including the care of trees in the public right-of-way, as part of the Foothill Boulevard Beautification Project and Van Nuys Beautification Project in Council District 7. Mr. Roch, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Paul Roch, Director of the Office of Community Beautification. Hollywood Beautification Team is one of the nonprofit community-based organizations under contract with our office for graffiti removal, cleanup, and other community beautification services as funded. The Office of Councilmember Felipe Fuentes has transferred funds in the amount of $54,588 to the Board of Public Works Contractual Services account to provide supplemental services via Hollywood Beautification Team for the Foothill Boulevard Beautification Project. The funding is provided by the Council District 7 Street Furniture Revenue Fund, and the work to be performed by Hollywood Beautification Team shall include tree planting, tree purchases, tree maintenance, and watering within the public right-of-way along the Foothill Boulevard corridor. And we request board approval to allow Office of Community Beautification to amend the current contract with HBT to provide funding for these services.
Any questions for Mr. Roch? Is there a motion on agenda item number whatever number we're on, number 10, by Commissioner Rodriguez. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Jacinto. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 10. Any issue sending it forthwith? We'll send number 10 forthwith. Mr. Roch, while you're there, agenda item number 11, Office of Community Beautification for Council District 7, recommending that the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to execute a contract amendment with Silmar Graffiti Community in the amount of $50,000 and to Northeast Graffiti Busters in the amount of $67,200 to provide supplemental community beautification services, including bulky item pickup, alley cleanup, and tree water services in Council District 7. Go ahead, sir.
Paul Roch, Office of Community Beautification. Silmar Graffiti Busters and Northeast Graffiti Busters are two of the community-based nonprofit organizations under contract with OCB. They both provide services in the East San Fernando Valley, including portions of Council District 7. The Office of Councilmember Fuentes has transferred funds to OCB to provide the enhanced graffiti removal and cleanup services in the various portions of his district. Funding in the amount of $50,000 shall be directed to Silmar Graffiti Busters and $67,200 for Northeast Graffiti Busters, and will be included in a amendment to an existing contract. The funds have been transferred from the Council District 7 Lopez Canyon Community Amenities Trust Fund to the Board of Public Works Contractual Services account, and we therefore request board approval for authorization to amend some existing contracts.
Any questions on number 11?
I do.
Commissioner Jacinto.
Really quick. Paul, thank you for the report. Just wanted to, the scope of work is listed on the top of the board report, right? The bulky item pickup, alley cleanup, and tree watering service. It's not listed kind of as you did in the first report on the last bullet point. So that is in fact the scope of work that both of them will be doing, or do they have separate scopes?
No, they would both be doing that type of work, and I don't know if graffiti removal was also listed, but some of the funding also pays for, enhanced support for the graffiti removal program, as well as cleanup and bulky item pickup and stuff like that.
Thank you, Commissioner Jacinto. Commissioner Repenning.
Hi, Paul. To what degree, I know, sometimes the council offices spend their discretionary funds on these contracts to do work in their districts. To what degree is that work being coordinated with the Clean Streets work that we're doing through general fund dollars?
Right. So these contractors also receive CSI funding to do, some alley cleanup, litter abatement, weed abatement, and when they do a particular cleanup project or series of projects, they do have to differentiate between the funding source and what is funded and is part of the Clean Streets Initiative funding, and what portion is funded by the council office. So at the end of the month, they basically have to submit 2 reports to us, as to what they cleaned for CSI funding amount, what they cleaned for the council district amount. Generally speaking, the funds that come from the various council offices, the council offices are very involved in having certain areas that they really want focused and cleaned up. And then to a certain degree, it also does go to supplement the graffiti removal work that they do.
And are we, when they clean certain locations or pick up bulky items from certain locations, are those being tracked in our customer service system?
They are being tracked. Right now, there's not a way to track those in the MyLA 311 system. We are working with ITA to try to find a way to get those all included into the database. But at this point, none of the OCB work, whether it's CSI work or funded via the various council offices, is collected in the MyLA 311 system. OCB does collect that. We have the monthly invoices, which they submit, which have all the locations, the amount of trash bags that they've collected, the pounds of bulky items that they collected, as well as photographs of before, during, and after of the work that they perform.
Okay, well, we can connect further on that offline, I think it's important that as work is being done and services are being provided, that if there's happens to be an open ticket, I know a lot of this work is proactive and there may or may not have been a request made for that particular location.
Right.
But if, in the event that there is an open ticket, it would be great to close it out so that we don't then send a crew out there and the work's already been done.
Right. Yep.
All right, thank you.
Sound system better? Thank you. Any further questions on agenda item number 11? Commissioner Rodriguez has made a motion to approve, seconded by Commissioner Jacinto. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 11. Any issues sending number 11 forthwith? We'll send number 11 forthwith. Agenda item number 16. Thank you, Paul. Agenda item number 16, motion, Office of Accounting and the Bureau of Street Services, requesting board approval and execution of an authority for expenditure in the amount of $1,200,000 for the adjusted total of $10,200,000 for additional funds in connection with the as-needed trucking program for fiscal year 2016. Mario Antariano? Good morning, sir.
Morning, Mr. President, Commissioners, Bureau heads, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Campos, good morning. Yes, as the board is requested to approve the authority for expenditure to allow us to finalize our as-needed contract trucking program for this fiscal year. We're requesting $1.2 million so that we can meet payroll through pay period 26. That would be comparable to last year's request. We're actually going about $1 million more this year than last year. But I think part of that is due to the increase in the wage rates for the truckers and also increase in work.
Okay. So, and next fiscal year, we're on track to be consistent with this fiscal year, correct?
That is correct.
Any questions regarding agenda item number 16? I don't have any further questions. Commissioner Davis has made a motion that we adopt 16. I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 16. Any issues sending it forthwith? We'll send number 16 forthwith. Thank you, Mario.
Thank you.
Let's go to agenda item number 14, the asphalt plant. Requested contract award, Bureau of Engineering, Bureau of Contract Administration for Council District 14. Asphalt plant number 1, also known as recycling plant number 1. Replacement and modernization. Recommending the board declare the first low bidder to be the lowest responsible bidder and award a contract including an additive bid alternative bid items. These are 4 items, numbers 22, 23, 23, numbers 20, 22, 23, and 24. The total amount being $31,073,000 to Papich Construction Company Incorporated. Paul, Young, and Mahmoud, if my addition is correct, the added alternatives would be about $500,000.
That's correct.
Okay, so with that, I just didn't want it to sound like the added items are $31 million. So the total is $31 million. The add-ons are about $500,000. Mahmoud, I know you'll talk about what those are in your presentation. So go ahead, sir.
Good morning. Mahmoud Karimzadeh, Bureau of Engineering. As you know, the asphalt plant number 1, as you mentioned, the President James, it will replace and modernize the entire facility. The entire facility will be regraded with the proper drainage. We will build a very modern and very aesthetically pleasing administration building on the site, which is very consistent with the industrial environment. We are also improving the security and fencing around the site, and with the proper drainage, we are creating the basically a dry swell that directs the water into a cleaner soils about 100 feet below the site, since we know the site underneath the site is contaminated to about 100 feet. As you mentioned, the contract includes some add alternates where we do betterment for the project. The basic bed provides the threshold that we have to meet with the South with AQMD's requirement, and these add alternates even provides below those in 2 steps. One of them that is regarding the pollutions, we ask the contractor to provide us with the bed alternates amount of 2 steps that bring even lower pollutions or pollution to the lower amount. And we bringing 10% and 20%. And we chose and added the add alternate that is 20% below the threshold that the AQMD provides as a requirement. So all in all, the new technology, the best existing technology of the asphalt plant will be used in order to build this facility. And also, in order to make sure we are meeting the requirements that the city has, the new asphalt plants will bring the 700,000 tons per year production, whereas the existing facilities is only 175,000 tons per year. So that's basically the huge boost into our operation in terms of the Bureau of Street Services of maintaining our streets. So in order to understand what exactly the facility is also bringing all around is production level, is the pollution that is much more below the standard air qualities requirements, and also we're providing a much better environment and looking facilities in the surrounding neighborhood. Whereas the existing facilities being there for so long, so old, basically everything is dilapidated. We're bringing in nice looking facilities, nice fencing. We bring trees there. We can't really plant any trees there because the soil is contaminated. So we bring in pots with the clean soils, and we're bringing those basically trees planted close to the fence walls. Now the fence walls, in order not to bring the look of something inside with high walls, we are breaking the masonry fence walls with the omega fencing, which is see-through mesh kind of fencing, see-through, which these plants will be right behind it in order to provide a green look of the facility from outside. So the bid, as you mentioned, is $31 million, including the add alternates we're bringing. And I also like to mention that the duration of the contract is about 750 days, calendar days, slightly more than 2 years. And the other requirements that the contractor, not other requirements, but other goals is regarding minority business enterprises, women business enterprises, small business enterprises, emerging business enterprises, disability veteran business enterprises, and other business enterprises. I mentioned where we're meeting and where we are below the goals. The minority business enterprise goals is 8%. The contractors is pledging for 0.5%. Women business enterprise, we are at zero. The small business enterprise, the requirement is 25%. The contractor pledges, not the requirement, the goals, is 25%. The contractor pledges about 13%. Emerging business enterprise, we are beating the requirement there, the goals there with 8.61% versus 8. Disabled business, disabled veteran, again beating that, 3% is the goal. The contractor pledging 7.65. Those are good. Other business enterprises about 12%. Now, it appears at the beginning when you look at the contract, it's $31 million contract, so it appears there are a lot of opportunities there. However, more than about half of the amount is equipment, is the manufacturer bringing equipment. So the opportunities might not be as large as perceived at the beginning. And this is very specialized project. Is important to see that it's very specialized, not many municipalities building asphalt plant, not many of them being built during the years. So because of those specialties, we think even though we might do better, we should do better, but we think it's okay to move along with this proposal and award the contract. I'd be glad to answer your questions.
A couple of points on moving, and I'll get through all the questions. This has been a long time coming. We're talking about the retrofit, the upgrade of asphalt plant number 1 for years. There's a CAO report, the most recent, that indicates, this is just 2 months, less than 2 months old, that obviously is consistent with the production of asphalt as you've described, what the increase in capacity will do. But what I think is important from the CAO report to include is the savings to the city and to the taxpayer through the pavement preservation program because of the additional ability and capacity to produce asphalt. There is roughly an $8 million annual savings. The overall cost to the city for the production and acquisition of asphalt is approximately $46 per ton. However, with the upgrade of the new asphalt plant, it costs the city $34 per ton. So you're looking at a $12 per ton savings, $8 million a year of annual savings once the upgrade of the asphalt plant is in place. So I just wanted the most recent CAO's report on this to be part of the oral record. A question regarding the participation levels that you spoke of a minute ago. There was some, when you look at the total cost of the asphalt plant, did we get a new system or something? We are trying to calibrate. Oh, we're calibrating. So when there was some pre-design work that was done, it was the 3070. Could you talk a little bit about the pre-design work? And I know that the contractor on the pre-design work was CH2M Hill. That's correct, right? Okay. And the contractor was CH2M Hill. Were there, at least in the pre-design work, were there better participation levels in the pre-design work that are still part of the project?
So, let me address the saving on the CAO's report that you just mentioned. Is very important. I totally, I'm happy so much that by building this facility, the city saves so much. There is a return on investment analysis that is done, and it indicates exactly what you mentioned. So it's a very, very nice to see that the return on investment on this for the city. You're right. We brought in design team in order to provide 30% document. We call them bridging document in order to go to do this construction a lot faster than to do 100% design and go.
And that helps the contractors with their bid process, correct?
Exactly. The 30% design document basically gives the contractor all the information they need in order to anticipate the total cost of the facility. However, they have a chance to finish the construction drawings on their own, whereas they can save money, whereas they can do make the details or do a little bit of freedom they have in order to pick the materials or the construction method as their system said in order to save money. And that's what this the method of delivery brings to on the table, which is saving money for the city. And you're right, at that time, we anticipated also, we brought in design team and did some design work. Did I answer your question, or should I?
Well, my question was, we're on the pre-design work.
Yes.
It's part of the total cost of the project. Were the participation levels any better?
No, it wasn't.
And it was CH2M Hill?
CH2M Hills is a huge, highly, recognized company who does a lot of this civil engineering work, and they brought many sub-consulting firms as well. But again, the same thing happened, that they struggled during that negotiation we had with them in order to bring the participation level to the goal level, because of this project is not an everyday project. It's so specialized. So they struggle to bring in the experts that are bringing from the field of enterprises that we mentioned, women, minority, disabled, veterans, and small businesses or emerging businesses in order to reach the goals. Unfortunately, on the design, on the pre-design activities also, the goals were not met.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Davis, I saw you first, and then Commissioner Repenning. I know that whenever we like, Commissioner Davis, then Commissioner Repenning.
Yes, I wanted to first of all thank you for your report and to say that, first of all, I'm very pleased to know of the other external benefits that we have in this project to the community, the environmental ones, and all of the other variables that you have mentioned. I think that equally it is important for us to have this opportunity to contract with our subs, equally as an opportunity in which to economically empower the area and the community. And I did hear that CH2M Hill was involved in our effort for diversity. We were not able to reach our goals here, but I think that with $31 million, we really want to try as hard as we can. I mean, this is, I believe, an opportunity for us to really create a project demonstrating excellence. And the reason why is because there are certain subspecialty areas in construction in which we do have an ample number of minorities in which we can agree to contract with. And so when we look at, for example, cement, when we look at asphalt, these are areas where we do have minorities from which we can make decisions and create what I would probably call a project demonstrating excellence. And I think that to this end, this is one such project, and I hope moving forward that the prime contractors create every opportunity moving forward to help to achieve that. And I wanted to ask you, did we use BAVN as well as a job aid in this project?
Yes, on the CH2M Hills is as needed consulting firm contract. So when they created the contract, BAVN was used. However, when they are noticed to proceed for that task, which is the asphalt plant one, the BAVN is not used anymore. But at the beginning, to do the outreach for each firm, yes, the BAVN is used.
So in the pre that President James talked about, we did use BAVN.
Yes.
However, as it got to the actual action itself, we did not use BAVN.
Well, on the construction side, I'm not sure if they use BAVN. Maybe BCA can address that, but on the design side, the main contract been used by going through BAVN in order to outreach.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, President.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. One just quick confirmation point for the oral record. I believe it's in the board report. This project is subject to the project labor agreement, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Repenning?
Just wanted to inquire about why you think that the ultimate the bid was so much higher than the estimate.
Yes. What happened is, when you look at the analysis of the bids, we received only 3 bids, even though we did a lot of outreach to the contractor communities. It's very, again, specialized work. Not many contractors have done asphalt plant. But one thing we saw was the fact that the amount of the equipment where we had a lot of up and down, and where the contractors size them very, very differently. And some of our requirements made it very clear that what type of equipment we actually like to have. So it was a little bit of guessing work on their side if they wanted to use a manufacturer that they were not maybe 100% sure if the manufacturer could provide them with those type of equipment. So I think that those uncertainties made it a little bit difficult for them to come to the right numbers. But the other factor is the fact that the asphalt plant, again, is another kind of construction work. It's very difficult even for our professional team to provide an accurate estimate, but mostly was on the difference between the equipment size, not the construction components.
Okay, so the equipment costs were higher than anticipated, more so than the construction.
In analysis of the bids, it shows that's where the contractors put their money and make sure they're covering themselves.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Commissioner Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mahmoud. I'm just so excited to be here as a part of this board report today because I remember, I think it was week 3 when we got the briefing from Street Services, and then we ultimately went to make a visit to Asphalt Plant 1, and it was a relic from the 1950s, I think,
47, right.
And so for us to be here today, I'm very excited. But more importantly, I think one of the other calculations that we didn't talk about in terms of the value of making this upgrade, not just the return on the investment that we will earn for the fact that we're going to be recovering a lot of savings as a result of this upgrade, but the longevity of our streets that will increase as a result of using recycled asphalt that this plant will be producing is another cost that we need to work into the value added of making this improvement. And so I'm just, I'm incredibly delighted to be, and I also want to give credit to the Bureau for, because we were eager to see a much larger number of participants, that we actually extended the bid outreach effort and the length of time to receive bids so that we can ensure that you know, I know you guys did your due diligence to ensure that we had the most competitive process. And I know there was a lot of effort in that area. And so I think by all accounts, from my being in this position, I'm very satisfied with the work that the Bureau has done. I'm very pleased that our family on the Bureau of Street Services will finally have a facility that they will benefit from, and that the taxpayers of Los Angeles will fully see the benefit and realize the benefit of the added value that will be received as a result of making this upgrade. So I'm just very delighted to be here with a part of this moment today. So thank you very much for your work on this.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Rodriguez. Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you. Mahmoud, I join the colleagues in congratulating you and the team and the Bureau for, an iconic project for the next few generations. Because we have such low participation on that side, I think it's important, like President James had alluded to capture some numbers and analysis on the PLA in terms of how many diverse, how many disadvantaged folks, and to the extent that we can capture and show that we are benefiting diverse communities and women. I think it's important to do that in terms of the apprentices and the hours, because those inure to families and keep the economy going as well. So it would be important to offset that or to capture that as well. Sure. So let's try to do that as well.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Jacinto. At one point that I would make, Mahmoud, the difference, again for the record, the difference between the first low bid and the second low bid is roughly $5 million,
About
correct?
$5 million, correct.
Okay. Anything further? I'll make a motion along with Commissioner Rodriguez. Is there a second? Commissioner Jacinto. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 14. Any issue sending it forthwith? We'll send number 14 forthwith. Thank you, Mahmoud. Appreciate it. Agenda item, let's see. Number 15, Council District 6 and 7, Bureau of Street Services, Bureau of Contract Administration. Recommending the board authorize the Director of the Bureau of Street Service to issue a final closeout change order number 18 in connection with the San Fernando Road Bike Path Phase 2 project to Sully Miller Contracting Company for deducting $274,767.48. Mr. Cortez, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. President, Commissioners, Bureau Representative, City Attorney, Executive Officer. My name is Victor Cortez, and I am the project engineer for the San Fernando Road Bike Path Phase 2 project. I'm here to request the board to authorize the Director of Bureau of Street Services to issue final closeout change order number 18 in connection with said project. A little summary of the project. The San Fernando Road Bike Path Phase 2 project provides a 3-mile-long Class 1 bike path along the north side of San Fernando Road between Wolfskill and Brantford. Other improvements include pedestrian lighting, fencing, street trees, landscape parkway, access ramps, and related pedestrian improvements. As stated in the board report, change order number 18 is a deduct change order to reconcile estimated bid item quantities and with the actual work performed. The contractor has agreed to the deduct amount of $274,767.48, and the final field acceptance date was February 5th, 2016.
Questions for Mr. Cortez on number 15? I don't have any questions. Commissioner Rodriguez has made a motion to approve. Is there a second? I'll second it, along with Commissioner Repenning. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 15. Any problem sending number 15 forthwith? We'll send number 15 forthwith. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's see, where are we? Agenda item, I don't think we've covered 13 yet. Agenda item number 13, Bureau of Engineering, Bureau of Contract Administration, Council District 14, requested contract award, South District Sewer Maintenance Yard. Recommending that the board declare the first low bidder to be the lowest responsible bidder and award a contract in the amount of $7,550,000 to Ford EC Incorporated. Mr. Young. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. President, commissioners, city staff, and department heads. I'm here today to ask for the award of the construction contract to Ford EC Incorporated. They, after a review by an analysis by the Bureau of Engineering and the Bureau of Contract Compliance, they were found to be the lowest responsible bidder. They passed the good faith effort review performed by the Office of Contract Compliance. The contract would be in the amount of $7,550,000 with a contingency of $755,000. The project will involve the complete demolition of the existing yard that is approximately, the whole yard is about 38,000 square feet. It has approximately 14,000 square feet of obsolete, outdated garage facilities, administration building, and locker facilities. So we'll build a new parking lot for them that will facilitate the use of their new larger vac trucks and other vehicles that they use at the yard. In addition, there'll be a new administration building of approximately 8,500 square feet. There will be landscaping with native drought-resistant vegetation. The facility will be ADA compliant. It'll be LEED certified. It'll utilize solar energy in the parking lot. We'll have solar panels, both on the roof and in the parking lot as a shade for automobile parking. And there'll be security fencing, utility upgrades, and low-impact development. In essence, their storm drain system. The MSM for the project was 25%. In addition, with respect to City Ordinance 181910, 40C is a certified Los Angeles-based business enterprise. In addition, they've used 3 LBE subcontractors on their project. So that amounts to approximately $500,000 of the contract. So that'll boost the local economy. With respect to the Business Inclusion Program, their MBE was 3.67%. The goal was 8%. Their WBE is 0%. The goal was 4%. However, with the WBE, on their actual proposal, they had designated 2 subcontractors as WBE. I would imagine they either lost their certification or something of that nature. That's usually what happens when there's a designation and then after the review, they're not designated as a WBE. So there's some opportunity during the construction of the project that they can become certified again as WBEs. And if that is the case, that would bring that goal, that would bring their actual WBE participation up to 7%. Their SBE was 26.64%. The goal was 25%. Their EBE was 9.37% with a goal of 8%. Their DVBE was 0% with a goal of 3%. And their OBE was 15.48%. In addition, the project will use the project labor agreement also. So we're asking, based on all that information, that the award be given to Ford EC as the low bidder.
Thank you, Mr. Young. Any questions on agenda item number 13? Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Paul, thank you for the report. This is sort of along the similar lines. I just was looking at the numbers for Ford EC's work in the past 5 years, almost a total of $64 million coming out of that, and looking at the lens of which we hope to move our business inclusion program, more opportunities. no money pledged to WBEs over that course of that time. It sticks out in terms of we need to move the needle in the positive direction in terms of more. So I think in terms of if we have any representatives from Ford EC here, that we have to implore upon them the fact that during the course of construction, we can and should and need to do better in terms of contracting diverse business entities so we can get those numbers up. 64 million and none over the past 5 years is a stark number, and we want to raise the bar in all ways in terms of gender equity and maybe weeby numbers. We know we have these mandates and that we can't do them, but we can make not a good faith but a stronger faith effort to be more successful in diversity. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Jacinto. Commissioner Rodriguez.
Commissioner Jacinto, and I think we've actually had a report previously that we've had a number of subcontractor substitutions, if I recall correctly. Chris, could you remind me, didn't we have a number of subcontractor substitutions that actually further reduced the number of small business participation from this particular contractor?
I don't recall what the exact numbers were, but they did have a number of substitutions.
This contractor substitutes more than the others, from what I recall. Commissioner Davis?
Well, I think everything has been said, but everybody hasn't said it. And I do want to also add that I agree 100% with Commissioner Jacinto when we look at the numbers that we really need to be achieving. You said the MSM number was overall what?
25%.
So we achieved the...
They achieved 48.75%.
They achieved how much?
48.75%.
I see. But again, in terms of the cumulative performance that they've had on many other projects in addition to this one, certainly I think it's important for us to emphasize the importance of the MBE and particularly the WBE numbers as well. And I don't know what it is that we can do. Also the disadvantaged businesses as well. And I don't know what it is that we can do to help our primes to achieve it. I'm not saying that in every circumstance that the available individuals are there and available for work, but it just seems as if we could do a little bit better as it relates to that, and it is a concern. And I don't know to what degree you can, have a conversation with them about it, but again, I do think that it is important for each and every one of us as commissioners to let you know how important achieving those goals are, and at least doing a little bit better.
So noted, yes.
Just for the record, Paul, the difference in the low bid and the second low bid is about $2.4 million?
That sounds correct, yes. The next bid was in the neighborhood of $8 million.
Yeah, and the estimate $6.6 million?
Or I'm sorry, the next closest bid was $9,929,000. So yes, it was approximately $2 million.
Do you happen to know, I don't guess Walsh, they're the second low bid. They don't go through the same process since they're not the low bid.
Right, they don't get
confirmation.
the analysis because they weren't the low bidder. They usually go, if the lowest bidder falls out, then they go to the next low bidder. So the bid was not analyzed.
Was not analyzed to see if they had better numbers on the MBE, WBE. That analysis was not done to see, confirmed.
That's correct. There's no confirmation done on.
All right. Sorry, I was having trouble getting my words out. Yes. All right. Well, anything anybody wants to add? All right. I don't know if the contractor's in the room or not, but you can send the message from the board to the. Okay. So representatives are here. So you talked earlier, Paul,
yes,
about was it on this contract they're running together, where a couple of the WBEs were listed but fell out,
Yes, that's correct. That was this contract. It was two of 4DC's subcontractors. On their bid proposal, it shows them, these two contract subs, as WBEs. So they were thinking, as they prepared their bid, that these were WBEs, and it could be that at the time that they chose them, they were WBEs, and they didn't get, their certification either expired or they didn't have the right certification for the city of LA, or some other sort of situation such as that.
And just
I'm
the
not certain.
representative.
I haven't done any research on it. I just see on their bid proposal, their rough bid proposal, that there are two subs that are circled as being WBE.
And sir, you can fill out your contract. You can fill out your card, your speaker card in a moment. You can just state your card or state your name orally for the record. Mr. Jordan's looking through the list for us. I just wanted to get a sense of whether we thought, if you happen to know what the issue was on certification, and if we look like we might be getting improved numbers soon. Go ahead, sir.
Arash Dagigian with Ford EC Inc. I was actually one of the lead estimators involved in the bidding process of this job. Commissioners, President, everybody here, we want to address everybody's concern. Ford EC has a partnership with the city, and we are out here to commit to meet all the outreach that we can. We utilize BAVIN and other sources to reach out to all emerging and minority businesses. On this specific bid, the two subcontractors that were mentioned by Mr. Young are A1 Electric and Airflow Mechanical. And on their bid forms, they are clearly delineated as WBE companies. We've worked with A1 on 3 City of LA contracts, and they are a WBE company. The president and owner is a woman business-owned company, and they have a City of LA certification that we've seen. So it could be just what Mr. Young mentioned, that at time of bid, they had a certification. It may not be valid now, but I'm 100% sure they are a woman business-owned enterprise. Same thing with Airflow Mechanical. Another key thing is this project falls under the PLA. This will be 4DC's 5th PLA project we're doing. And on every single PLA, you guys could check with Bureau of Contract Administration, we've met and exceeded disadvantage numbers across the board and the local hire preferences. We've had some of the strongest performances from our discussions with ConAd in regards to the PLA. So we are here to let you guys know we're here in a partnership, and we will do whatever we can. We will further our outreach, and we hear the concerns. I've been here before, and I've heard Commissioner Davis mention them, and we actually went back and conveyed that to the president of our company that same day. It is a vital concern of ours, and we're here to ensure that we will get there.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Rapenning?
Just want to thank you for clarifying that. I think the story, it sounds like, is a little bit better than it appears on paper. Hopefully, if you could encourage your subcontractors to go through the process of recertifying, I think that would be a good thing.
We will. Actually, we'll have our office staff personally assist them and make sure we have those certifications in place. And whatever information we get, we'll submit through ConAd and everybody else forward to you guys to be assured of that.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Davis?
Yeah, I wanted to first of all thank you for being here. And I have always known that the prime contractors really drive our performance. What you do matters. And so that is the first reason why I'm happy that you're here. And secondly, I want to say that, and I do appreciate, as Commissioner Rapenning said, that you've described to us what has occurred. But we understand that it is so critically important that we increase our numbers. And that can only be done with you, the prime contractor. You're in the driver's seat. And, we're in a time where we could even have a woman as president. And we just want to make sure that we increase our performance, that not only women, but that the others, that we're able to do everything that you think that we can do, that we do it. And so, again, I just want to thank you for being here, and I just cannot overemphasize how critically important it is for us to have much more dynamic performance.
You have our commitment, Commissioner Davis. We'll do whatever we can do from management all the way down, 100%.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Davis, is that a motion?
Yes, sir.
I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 13. Any problem sending it forthwith? We'll send number 13 forthwith. Thank you, Mr. Young. Agenda item number 12, requested contract award, Bureau of Engineering and Bureau of Contract Administration, Council Districts 8, 14, and 15. collection system pumping plant generator replacement projects. There are 5 of them. The Manchester generator replacement, the Dakota generator replacement, Harris Place generator replacement, Murdoch and I generator replacement, 190th and Vermont generator replacement. Recommending that the board declare the first low bidder to be the lowest responsive responsible bidder and award a contract in the amount of $2,783,800 to Myron Electric Construction Incorporated. Abid Chaudhry.
Good morning, everybody. This is Abid Chaudhry from Bureau of Engineering. I'm requesting the board to award collection systems pumping plant generator replacement project to first low responsible bidder, Myron Electric Construction Corporation. This project was advertised December 14th, and bids were received on February 10th. This project is going to replace aging generators, fuel tanks, automatic transfer switches, and necessary wiring at 5 different locations, which are spread citywide through Council District 8, 14, and 15. This project was advertised under Local Business Preference Program and also Business Inclusion Program. Bureau Office of Contract Compliance has reviewed the documents and has stated that the contractor has complied with the BIP outreach requirements of the bid, and therefore we are recommending a project award to the first low bidder, Myron Electric, in the amount of $2.783 million. Any questions?
On agenda item number 12, Mr. Chaudhry, you just heard the discussion that we had. The numbers aren't much greater here.
I understand. Basically, this is nothing else but a procurement of the equipment from the manufacturer and installation. So there's not too much meat to distribute and involve other participants.
Okay. Is there a motion on agenda item number 12 by Commissioner Jacinto? I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 12. Any problem saying number 12 forthwith? We'll send number 12 forthwith. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 9 somehow is still pending. Bureau of Sanitation for Council District 15, requesting the mayor authorize the board to execute the proposed memorandum of agreement between the City of Los Angeles and Los Angeles County Flood Control District regarding the administration and cost sharing for implementing the Coordinated Integrated Monitoring Plan for the Santa Monica Bay watershed in Jurisdiction 7. Mr. Cox.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Huub Cox. I'm a Senior Environmental Engineer in the Watershed Protection Program, LA Sanitation. And this agenda item is requesting your approval of a new cost-sharing agreement to implement the Coordinated Integrated Monitoring Program for the Santa Monica Bay Jurisdiction number 7. And this monitoring program is required by our new stormwater permits, and it consists of water quality monitoring, pollutant source investigations, and annual reporting of the data to the regional water boards. Over the past few months, we have brought to your board several similar agreements for the cost sharing of monitoring programs for the Upper Los Angeles River watershed, the Bayona Creek watershed, Dominguez Channel, and Santa Monica Bay, which are the 4 largest watersheds in our city. Santa Monica Bay Jurisdiction 7 is a relatively small sub-watershed, and it's about 1,000 acres large, close to San Pedro in the very south of our city. The city is the lead agency in Jurisdiction 7, and we have only one partner, being the Los Angeles County Flood Control District. So the purpose of this agreement is to make sure that the Flood Control District will reimburse the city for its share of the cost. The total cost of the program is small because it's a small area, so the total cost is $93,000. And the Flood Control District will reimburse us at a 5% rate, which amounts to a total amount of slightly over $4,500. The MOA will be effective for a period of 3 years, beginning this fiscal year, and it will be terminated by June 30th of 2018. The City Attorney Office has approved the MOA as to form, and the monies that we will receive from the Flood Control District will be reimbursed to the Stormwater Pollution Abatement Funds. With that, I'll be happy to address any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Cox on agenda item number 9? I don't have any questions. I thought the board report explained the cost sharing. Is there a motion on number 9 by Commissioner Repenning? I'll second it. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 9. Any problem sending number 9 forthwith? We'll send number 9 forthwith. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Campos, have we cleared the desk?
Yes, you have.
Okay, then we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.